on this podcast, we wanted to give you guys 1 or 2 tips that you as the owner or as the manager of the small scale farm can implement on your farm, things that have worked or things that are currently being used on a commercial farm that have been trial and tested. And share with you guys the information, and hopefully you take this information and implement it on your small scale farm for you to become profitable and more efficient. Maji, how is it?
I'm good on you, my friend.
Number one, I want us to go straight into it, right? I did mention that we're going to talk about something that doesn't require any money from the small scale farmer, something that he or she can implement today to make the business more profitable and more efficient.
We're going to speak about internal factors. Internal factors, I would say. And we're now focusing on one thing. I like to take it slow. We're focusing on one thing, which is record keeping. And there is a common problem I see in small scale farmers, and which is something in the commercial farm. It's a norm. Like records keeps the farm. Records helps you to plan, to organize, to make decision making. So we've been to a couple of farms. More what really, should I say, irritate, for lack of a better word, or
one of the common problems.
One of the common problems. So we would sit in a sitting, then we engage. I would. The first thing they say is feed is expensive. I know that feed is expensive, especially in broilers, or especially in poultry, not in broilers. Then okay, feed is expensive. You get inside the house, there's feed spillage everywhere. But feed is expensive, which means there's something wrong there.
How can you allow feed spillage if you're complaining about feed is too expensive?
It's too expensive. The most thing that is taking money away from you, you're not managing it properly or accordingly. Like you go to commercial guys, they do not allow feed spillage. I can see how
proper record of
exactly feed. They keep proper record of feed. I don't see how a commercial guy cannot allow feed spillage. You as a small scale farmer, the spillage.
But why do you think how then can people better manage that, small scale farmers, especially talking about broilers? How can they better manage that? We touched a little bit about record keeping. How can one use record keeping when it comes to feed spillage, when it comes to feed consumption?
When it comes to feed with records, if you have records on you, you can see on your best cycle, maybe you've used 1 ton. This was your worst cycle, you've used 2 ton. Then something was wrong there. That is where the importance of record keeping comes in.
Because now you can compare.
You can compare and you can refer or what did I do right the last time that I'm not doing it now? You know what I mean? So yeah, man, record keeping is the best, and it will, like as I say, it will help you to plan, to know, to exactly know. And you can also refer. If you're a newbie in the industry, you will not remember anything you're doing, because anything is a chance. You just trial and testing. Document that what you trial and testing. Keep it as a record, just for you to refer. Or this was a good cycle. Why was it a good cycle?
Because you have
recorded
it
1,
down.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like the guy that I used to work for, he had a notebook everywhere he's going. He wrote down everything. He used to refer. He'd be like, okay, I'll come back to you. Then he refers, and yeah, man, that's it. For them, keep records. You are a newbie or you're a small scale farmer, keep records of what you're doing. Number 2, your labor too. We've been to the farms, then we get there, we do our thing, 8 o'clock, the workers, you can see the workers, they don't have any, should I say, direction? They don't know what they're doing.
They're waiting for instructions.
You as a manager, as a small scale farmer, I don't know, you're a manager or an owner, have a plan. Have a plan for this, have a system. There's nothing like there's no work at the farm. I've never seen that. Go to a commercial farm, you'll never hear such thing as there's no work today.
There's always work to do.
There's always work to do at the farm. Have a plan, have a system that works for you. I won't give you a system. Farms are different, but they are baselines to systems. Like record keeping, checking your fence. You know what I mean? those are basic.
Keeping count, because I think the recent farmers that we've been visiting is you walk into the house and you ask the person how many birds are in the house, and the person can't. Well, he or she is guessing how many birds are in the house. So how can we counter that? How can you use record keeping to better improve your knowledge and knowing exactly what is going on the farm?
You know,
or how do they do it? How do you guys do it on a commercial farm? How do you keep record of the stock and the livestock that you guys have?
You would have a mortality sheet.
Yeah.
You know, at the top of the mortality sheet, it is the house number. Maybe if you have 2 houses. You are a small scale farm. You have like 2 houses. Have a mortality sheet, man. The number of birds, the number of days that you intend to keep the birds. Then each and every day, you write down the number of the birds that died. Then it goes on like that till the
end of the cycle.
Yeah. You calculate whatever, or however, like your mortality. Then you have a certain percentage of how many
birds are still
left. That minimizes what? Theft. You know, you can easily see if there's a problem inside the house. I mean, like you can have 500 birds and take out 50 mortality a day. By the end of the cycle, you won't have anything. So,
and I guess the important thing that we're discussing here is if you do not keep records of your mortality, of your feed, of your human resource, and you do not have systems in place, basically you're not managing the farm. Everything is by coincidence. Everything is by luck. So
everything is managing you, basically.
Everything is managing you.
You're not doing anything. Small things, simple thing. Record keeping, managing your system. Have a system that actually works for you, that actually can run without you being there. Although now it's not possible because you're a small scale farmer, but
and you are one
practice
of the
that because you wish to be that guy.
In a commercial.
Do what he's doing in order for you to get there. So it's just that, man.
Just before we wrap up, I wanted to talk about a little bit about security. We all know that when you are a small scale farmer, even on commercial and farming in general, there's a lot of theft, livestock theft. So how do you minimize that? What did you guys do on the commercial farm to minimize people stealing, for example, your birds?
Or birds, You know, you would do anything in your powers, like, for example, spotlights.
Yeah.
There were spotlights around the farm.
So what is the purpose of the spotlight? To make sure that the whole
everything
area
is visible. Yeah, you know, but what I saw, and treat your workers, give your workers what they deserve. Because in our case, what happened, most of the people that were stealing in the farm were the workers. And it's not about you from where, him where, Treat your workers the way you would want to be treated. And it's simple as that, man. The biggest problem are the people in the farm. If he's not happy, he will make means to be happy. It ends there. He will make
so
means.
It's either even he or she is not the one stealing, the employee. Even he or she is not the one stealing, but he or she will tell someone to come and
initiate
steal.
or whatever is happening at the farm. I mean, like on my case, most of the stealing in the farm were farm workers.
And meaning that they were either unhappy, you were not paying them well, you were not treating them right, and those are contributing factors to why they ended up stealing, why they ended up initiating, and such. Very good point. You also mentioned a thing about if you're a small scale guy, I don't think you can afford to have securities on the farm. So keep the place lit, do your record keeping so that you know exactly how much livestock do you have. And the other thing that you mentioned, you could always get dogs to guard the property. You know,
dogs and the farm. You cannot have a farm without dogs.
Same WhatsApp group.
You cannot have a farm without dogs. It's a must. You know, those things I like to call them the alarms. You know, they will notify you if there's something wrong in the farm. Then you can quickly react to minimize the risk. Because as a farm owner, you're at risk, man. I believe me. Your neighbor is like the minimum is like what, 500 meters away?
Yeah, even kilometers.
Kilometers. I'm talking kilometers away. So, yeah, man. We'll try to minimize the risk, protect yourself, protect the workers. Yeah, then.
But still, my friend, I think let's keep it short and simple on this one. We're still going to have a couple of podcasts like this where you as a commercial farmer educate the small-scale farmer on how to better improve his or her systems or the operation of a small-scale farmer, and especially when it comes to broilers. So, my G, thank you very much. To everyone that is watching, allow yourself to grow, do things right while you are still a small-scale farmer, because like our beef lecturer used to say back in college, farming is very simple, but keeping it simple is where the challenge is. Where you still have 100 birds, make sure that you put systems in place so that you can better manage. Once you scale up to 40,000 birds, it becomes a mess if you don't have proper systems to manage your farm. So with that said, my G, thank you very much, and hopefully we'll see you soon.
Thank you, Metro.
Feel good.